Oh. Well. So here's the thing. That's a prime. With its back turned to us, I do also notice that there's a prime over there with its back turned to us. I also notice there's another enemy on our radar I can't currently see to our right, but my pattern recognition is correct here. I'm gonna have to guess that third enemy over there is also a Geth prime. The ME1 elevators. So many things about those ME1 elevators. Okay, so lots of primes here, in short. That, right there, looks like a weapon that we encountered once before, that being the Geth Spitfire heavy weapon, which is quite good against the primes, yes, but being cornered by primes still sounds to me like a death sentence. So, how best do we approach this? I think we need to hack one of them. That goes without saying. So this one might actually be the only one that we can get within range here. This one just looks like it's a little bit out of range. Like, technically speaking, if we do this, we might still hit it. That is a little bit of a risk. So I think that would be the most valuable one to hack, since it is in the middle, and so it could potentially draw fire from both those other primes. While it's drawing fire from a prime, we can try to take one of them out from that side, and then suddenly one of those sides is safer. Because right now, being in the middle and being surrounded by primes is, like I said, a death sentence. So we just want to try to find a way to carve out a safe spot, a safe place. Okay, no, they noticed us quickly than I'd hoped. I was really hoping we could get a little bit closer than that. A little bit closer than that, like maybe, for example, pick up that Spitfire before they noticed us. They noticed us before I could pick up the Spitfire. So what we're going to do here, we're going to sabotage you. And we may also... We might as well overload you too, I guess. We're going to roll out of the way.
Guess they really don't want us up here.
I also get the sense that they really don't want us up here. Do we lose the sabotage if we hit them with another ability? Well, you're sabotaged now. And so that middle prime is currently ours. This prime causing some issues. Seems like this prime is currently engaging the prime over here, which means we would kind of like to focus on that one if possible, though this one is the one that's giving us the most attention right now. We might need to settle for this one. We might need to settle for this one. So what we do is we try warping it. Ooh. Okay, no, that one is still paying attention to us. And then we throw you. We kinda do need to go here, I'm afraid. Ooh. Are you still hacked? You look like you are no longer hacked. Just ignore the fact that that is Garrus. Garrus shooting us in the head right now. Garrus has decapitated Shepard. So just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. I really thought that that was the prime over here shooting us. It wasn't. It was just Garrus. It was just Garrus. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. But remember, Garrus has ridiculous armor piercing, ridiculous cover penetration. So even this huge double, I don't even know what to call these rates, he may still be able to hit this prime through that. Certainly one of them he could shoot through. He's on that angle, he might be trying to shoot through both of them, and that may not work. So not entirely sure about that, but okay, from this angle we can hack this prime again. Now, primes will, or any enemy, will gain resistance to sabotage the more times you use it on them, so the duration is going to be shorter, but I think it is still necessary. So now you are, a huge problem. Mistakes were made. So we would really love to purge a defense matrix right now, but we're on cooldown, so we can't do that. We can metagel, but doing so, there's a short delay. We don't have shields, which means we can get one shot here. Garrus, please try to stun that guy with an overload. That may be crucially important to us. Excuse me, I ordered a first aid. Ooh, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We are fine for the next approximately 2 seconds. Okay. So this is actually the situation in which a cluster grenade can be very useful to us because it gives us a huge chunk of damage, especially for enemies that are right next to us. So, I mean, I don't really want to poke our head back out to actually directly engage that prime at the moment, but if it does come down to that, then that may be the route that we take. Is he still primed? I think so. Is the prime primed? Yes. Also, these guys are still shooting us and will kill us. We are on the verge of death. Okay. So remember when I said cluster grenades are really good when you have enemies right next to you and you're in a pinch? We probably have to cluster grenade this guy right now. We are dead before we could get it off. No! Man, that is tough. That is tough. That's our third death ever, which I think is still saying something. That is the first one where I feel like, let's see, what was our very first one? Was a fluke grenade that we just didn't see. Second one was us getting greedy on a grab. That one feels like the first legitimate we just got outplayed. So, okay, what is our strategy for this? This is tough. I think we had a save right before this, but this is tough. This is, okay, I was gonna say, this is not gonna be the elevator arriving with a prime on it, fortunately. But what would we like to do differently? I think probably the worst thing was that I thought we could move up further without the primes noticing us, so the primes got the first attack on us rather than the other way around. So that was an issue. That was definitely an issue. That's one thing we can improve. And then just getting stuck in the middle like that is definitely not a good time. And so, since we didn't have, or didn't seem like we had the range to hack the middle prime at the beginning, might we, immediately upon getting up there, hack the prime on the left, which we had, or the right, whichever one we could see. We hack that. Then we deliberately go to the side of the hacked prime, where it, hopefully, theoretically, is a little bit safer, and that way we just have better cover from all the surrounding primes. Yes, there will be a prime right in front of us, but it will be hacked, and so we might attack the prime right in front of us. Maybe not. The problem is we can't get surrounded by all those primes like that. That was the death of us. So, I mean, all that is far easier said than done. Actually, hold on. Does Garrus still have his ammo active? He does. He does. So that's certainly good. Tally, yes. Shotgun is definitely the answer. We may want to go Hurricane here, because it is going to be pretty close range encounter, it seems, and just the pure damage may be the way to go, rather than specifically trying to strip shields. Yeah. Okay. This is still going to be really challenging, I think. Okay. So, like I said, cannot get surrounded like we did before. Do we just hack this prime instead to try to give us a safer zone over here? We also did not manage to get the Spitfire. We hack this prime? What if we hack this prime, grab the Spitfire, which I guess we might as well pick that? I mean, if we can pick that up, we'd like to. Of course, that's what I intended to do the first time around, but it didn't work so well. Maybe that's the plan. Assume there's not much difference between going left and going right, other than that this side has a Spitfire on it, the other side doesn't. So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna give it a shot here, but it's getting tough.
Get primed! I guess they really don't want us up here.
Okay, so this one's hacked. We did manage to nab the Spitfire, and now let's have... We can get one of these primes just completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. It would make this so much easier. It's just the fact that there are so many primes coming from so many angles that make this so difficult. So now that this one is hacked, really want to have line of sight of the middle one right now. But we don't. And this is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Garrus and Tally are currently also in the middle. Might it be best to have them move in over here as well? I mean, Garrus is kind of like firing away, which is what we want him to do.
Understood.
Okay, I found one of the other primes. Middle prime. Mid prime. Shall be warped. So I think this other prime has become unhacked, which is unfortunate. That hack really didn't work so well for us, did it? He kind of just stood there and did nothing. Excuse me. Excuse me. You were supposed to fight our opponents, not just chill there doing nothing. You kind of need to do that. Does kind of sting. I mean, we can hack him again, but it's not going to last very long if we do. And our shields are not going to last very long either. Okay. So, this prime is starting to take some good hits. That's a good sign. We should reactivate Defense Matrix while we can. And might we be able... That's not the prime I actually wanted to hit, but this one is once again unhacked. So this guy is going to build up enough resistance to those hackings. We probably no longer want to be hanging out over there. There are two primes right here, however. What if we hack both of them? That theoretically can certainly hit us. That's the kind of thing that we would very much like to have working for us. That one doesn't look hacked, though. Oh, did we end up hacking the prime and one of its little combat drones instead? That sucks. Because we can only sabotage 2 enemies per hit, or per skill. So let's try to get rid of this one, in that case. It is so close to dead. Okay, it is dead. That's lovely. This prime is very much not dead and is trying to move in on Garrus, which is less than ideal. This left side is now considerably safer. We'd like to make sure that that Geth over there, that prime, does not cause issues. Who did we lose? We lost Tally. Okay, we're definitely gelling here, without question. But we may... Where exactly... they're both right on top of this prime. That's why they're facing a lot of issues here. You guys could fall back real quick. We're about to run out of ammo on this, but I think it was well served. I think you're still primed with this explosion. Oh, there's the other prime. Hello. Hello to you too. So you've been hacked a couple of times, have you not? So I think you are very resistant to those hacks. This prime is very nearly dead. I'm going to try to curve that around and take out the other prime. Does a little bit of damage over time, which I think may have just gotten it. Okay. So now we got to deal with this one prime here. It's the only one left. So that is really nice that it is the only one left, yes. However, it has built resistance to sabotage. So that's not going to help us very much. We can try energy draining it. Garrus went down. Okay, we're definitely bringing him back as well. This is absolutely, I think, a worthwhile time. Okay, that prime is trying to melee Tally, which I don't appreciate. Let's prime you. Actually, it might have been a detonation, to be honest with you. And then we're going to cluster grenade you, and actually have time to get a cluster grenade off this time. Not sure how many of those hit. To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how many of those hit. Garrus doing his thing, though. Tally did go down. However, we may have what it takes. But no, I sidestepped too early. All right, we're gonna throw. And we're gonna prime again. Garrus, if you could, like... Okay, he is just approaching from a different angle. I think we've got this. Ooh. Okay, let's save. And let's breathe. Quick sigh of relief. Okay.
This battle was centuries.
So, breathe a sigh of relief, yes. However, I do think we need to get going here.
It's in the making. To see it finally end.
We'll get it done.
However, there's a little more Geth Spitfire for us. There's another way we could have gotten more ammo for it. It was useful once we were able to occupy one of the primes quite a bit, but here we go.
Normandy's weapon systems are ready to sync to your target. I recommend you withdraw to a safe distance.
Oh? Okay, target the base, you say, though? Well, see, the thing is, like, are we not supposed to do this?
Target locked.
To make it go boom!
Reaper!
Wait,
We have located transportation.
Copy that. Everybody, get to the ship. Move!
as in a Reaper itself? I think we gotta get going here.
Supposed to fight that thing.
Good question.
Hoping your fleet might lend a hand. Go!
I was hoping so too. Is that normal Geth or was that Legion? I thought that was Legion for a second. I hope we didn't just shoot Legion. Cause yeah, that's a full-blown Reaper right there. Shepard, I don't know if that thing's gonna work against a Reaper. Target the Reaper.
It's not a Reaper base, it's a live Reaper. I need an orbital strike.
Okay. Doing what we can here.
We're clear. Fire at will.
Oh. That's a good sign.
What did we hit? The firing chamber. Looks like a weak point when it's priming.
Turret. The jamming towers have us targeting manually. We can't make a precision shot.
We may escape before it recovers.
No. Pull over. Shepard, Commander.
If we run away, the Geth stand under Reaper control and the Quarians are dead. This ends now. Edie, patch the Quarians to the Normandy's weapon system. I want the targeting laser synced up to the whole damn fleet.
Understood.
If this doesn't... If we don't make it...
You worry too much. Kill us alive. Shepard to fleet. I'll paint the weak spot. Link up with the Normandy and be ready to fire.
Okay. So see, here's the thing. We're fighting a Reaper.
The destroyer is in range. Missiles are ready for launch.
Shepard, we need a target.
There's your target. Oh, I did not dodge that very well. But yeah, we've a Reaper that we're trying to fight right now. Ooh, it still hit us. Okay, well, I dodged too early, as it turns out. Okay, that one, I'm not sure that one counts. Okay, that one was just me being a silly Billy. Okay, well, let's reload this one. So we need to shoot down the Reaper, and it takes some time to charge up the shot. Is this the first shot again? I assume this is the first shot again? Is this the first shot? Technically the first shot is a free shot? It is not the first shot anymore. So even if you start dodging, then you can still save your progress. If you get part way toward charging up the shot. Does it autosave after every landed hit? I doubt it does. You see the arrows that are starting to get closer. That is the indication we're getting closer to landing a hit. So what you want to do is you want to be standing still when you charge it up, because that actually makes it charge up faster. And then you want to start sidestepping in one direction. Once, that still got us on the edge. I did sidestep. So what you start doing is once it starts firing, you sidestep a little bit to one side, and it tries to lead you to that side. And then as soon as you do that, you either sidestep more or dodge roll to the opposite side, so it shoots in the wrong direction. Which I did a little bit there, but I got a little bit greedy and did not roll enough. So it's once you get the system down, it's not too bad. But needless to say, obviously I messed that one up. Just takes some getting used to. So leading it over to the right, or rather over to the left, and then I dodge to the other side. And then keep on walking to that side just to be safe. That was not best of rolls. There we go. Excuse me? Excuse me? There we go. Well, it wasn't accurate enough, I guess. And then it gets closer every time, technically speaking. That was also not a great dodge, but we'll settle for it. There we go. I'm trying to back up to buy us a little more time if possible. I'm not really sure to what extent that really makes a difference, but I'm trying. There we go. That's more like it. Done yet? Oh, I'm afraid not. Oh, we got a slow-mo. We got a slow-mo. So we're directing the fleet to shoot at the Reaper where we're targeting it is what this whole thing has been about. In case that part wasn't clear. But that is a big hit. Oh, is it faster and better at guessing where you're going in Legendary Edition as well? I did not know that. Oh, that's interesting. There goes the fleet. Bombard it. Clobber it. First try.
Shepard.
You know who I am?
Harbinger speaks of you. You resist, but you will fail. The cycle must continue.
Look at the way its camera is zooming in and out, vibrating almost with the powerful presence of the Reaper. I mean, looks like we've taken yeah, first try, exactly. But help us understand what this cycle thing is all about, because we've heard it here and there, but we really don't get why.
What are you talking about? We stopped Sovereign and the Geth. We stopped Harbinger and the Collectors. We've earned a straight answer.
It is not a thing you can comprehend.
We might surprise you.
You represent chaos. We represent order.
You sure about that?
Every organic civilization must be harvested in order to bring order to the chaos. It is inevitable. Without our intervention, organics are doomed. We are your salvation.
And this is the effect of indoctrination. You can see the little
You're killing
squirmy
everyone
dark
in the galaxy to save us?
on the edge of the screen.
Cycle must continue.
This,
There is no alternative.
trying to convince
Organics
us.
and
Trying
synthetics
to fool
don't
us.
have to destroy each other.
The battle for Rannoch disproves your assertion. Finish your war. We will be waiting.
Shepard.
We can confirm that the Geth are no longer being directed by the old machines. We are free.
You did it, Shepard. The Geth fleet has stopped firing. They're completely vulnerable.
Shepard, Commander, the Geth only acted in defense after the creators attacked. Do we deserve death?
What are you suggesting?
Our upgrades. With the old machine dead, we could upload them to all Geth without sacrificing their independence.
You want to upload the Reaper code? That would make the Geth as smart as when the Reaper was controlling them.
Yes, but with free will, each Geth unit would be a true intelligence. We would be alive, and we could help you.
Our fleet is already attacking. Uploading the code would destroy us. Shepard, you can't choose the Geth over my people.
Do you remember the question that caused the creators to attack us, Talizora? Does this unit have a soul?
Boom. Boom. Oh, man. And now, do we let Legion upload Reaper code into the Geth? Of course, we know the potential dangers of that. We just fought a Reaper. And, however, Legion says that that could give the Geth the ability to truly become individuals, become alive. And Legion says that with that capability, with that sort of independence from the Reapers, at least, sure, based on Reaper technology, but the independence to think critically and outside of what the Reapers have told them to do previously, perhaps the Geth could support the Quarians after all this. Do we trust the Geth to do that? Or, seeing as how the Geth and the Quarians have been at war for 300 odd years and are currently at war, do we say, no way, no how, not gonna happen, not gonna trust you? We saw that the Geth originally were the ones that made the Quarians have to flee their own homeworld, and they've been on the run ever since. So, what do we say? Do we allow Legion to upload the code? Take that risk? Do we trust Legion? Take their word for it? Or, phrasing here is brutal, but do we say, no, can't trust the Geth here. They've done too much wrong, and it can't be forgiven, or at least we don't trust them to make it right. Even if they do admit that they've done it wrong, maybe they can't do it right. Or maybe with that newfound power from the Reaper technology, suddenly they would use that against the Quarians and be even more capable of taking them out. So, it puts us in the very position that the Quarians first found themselves in when the Geth first posed that question. Does this unit have a soul? Do they deserve to be spared? Do they stand a chance? Or do we say, not today, not ever. You cannot be allowed to live on because of the destruction that you might cause. Well, we know what happened. We know what happened when the Quarians rejected the Geth, it led to a 300 plus year war that still to this day has not been resolved. But what if we do trust the Geth here? What if we do give them a chance? We've seen Legion come through for us in the past. We trusted Legion when we did his loyalty mission Mass Effect 2, told us that, as it turns out, it's only a small subset of Geth, the heretics, that were fighting you before in Mass Effect 1 that were siding with Sovereign. In truth, the vast majority of Geth, the consensus, are actually neutral. They don't mind you, they've just been minding their own business out in the Perseus Vale. And only now, after this Reaper base where Reapers were using their technology to help brainwash the Geth again, were they actually being confrontational. You just heard the Quarians say, suddenly, now that the Reaper is dead, the Geth are no longer attacking. So, that's... And we've already seen Legion show us the Geth consensus itself. We went into the Geth consensus. Afterward, we were greeted by a group of Geth primes that said hello and did not immediately try to kill us. That is perhaps what we might see if what Legion says is to come true. And Legion has given us the proof. The proof is in the pudding. We saw it there, and so I think we have to believe in them now.
Upload the code to the Geth. Tally, call off the fleet if you can.
Uploading. 10%.
This is Admiral Talizora. All units, break off your attack.
Belay that order. Continue the attack.
20%.
I beg you, do not do this. Please.
We regret the deaths of the creators, but we see no alternative. 40%.
And here, we have the option to either allow the upload or stop Legion, basically continue with our plan, or double back, decide, nah, I changed my mind, or with enough intimidation or charm, perhaps it is possible to convince them otherwise. That maybe the Quarians don't need to attack. Maybe we can allow the Geth to do this after all, and we can still find a way to resolve this conflict. Maybe peace is an option after all.
No. Nobody else dies today. Legion, keep going.
Shepard?
All ships, this is Commander Shepard. The Reaper is dead. Stand down.
This is Admiral Talizora. Shepard speaks with my authority.
And mine as well. Negative. We can win this war now. Keep firing.
60%.
The Geth are about to return to full strength. If you keep attacking, they'll wipe you out. Your entire history is you trying to kill the Geth. You forced them to rebel. You forced them to ally with the Reapers.
80%.
The Geth don't want to fight you. If you can believe that for just 1 minute, this war will be over. You have a choice. Please. Keep us alive.
All units, hold fire.
Error. Copying code is insufficient. Direct personality dissemination required. Shepard Commander, I must go to them. I'm sorry. It's the only way.
I must go.
Legion, the answer to your question was yes.
I know, Tally. But thank you. Kila Salai.
And so, Legion determined that it was only possible to make it happen if he were to, functionally, sacrifice
Commander.
himself to do so.
Admiral Ron, I heard your ship made a crash landing. Glad you got out in one piece.
I was listening over the radio. If Hangirl hadn't stopped,
He did.
we have taken heavy losses. I don't know if we can. Where are we supposed to go?
That's a prime. The game has tabbed out at the most dramatic of moments.
On with us.
Legion?
No, I'm sorry, Commander. Legion sacrificed itself to give us all intelligence. It will be honored.
Good.
And we will honor Legion's promise. The Geth fleet will help you retake Earth, and our engineers will assist in building the Crucible.
As will ours, of course.
Admiral, had you considered possible settlement sites?
The southern continent had excellent farmland, as I recall.
Are you gonna be okay?
I believe so, Commander. Thank you.
So in case it wasn't clear, this prime came up and rather than attacking us, offered assistance. And the Legion said I became
Shopping for another
truly
house?
self-aware.
Beachfront property.
Claim it fast. It's a buyer's market. You okay? I know working with the Geth will be difficult.
I'm not staying. I'm coming with you.
Ooh. Of course, after now, perhaps, having found a way for the Geth and the Quarians to find peace, we convinced the Quarians to stand down. And we found a way for the Geth to become self-aware enough to, well, be able to persist without Reaper assistance, and with the knowledge, with the capability of not fighting against the Quarian. So let's just take a second here, take a few steps back, because there are, as you can probably imagine, many, many ways in which that series of conversations can play out there, and it is based on many of the things that you have done along the way to this point, including many decisions that you made dating all the way back to Mass Effect 2. So, let me just, now that we have done it ourselves and we're kinda out of spoiler territory, let me just run down some of the things that determine whether you can convince the Quarian and the Geth to make peace, or if you may truly need to take sides and either have the Quarians shoot down the Geth or have the Geth become more powerful by assimilating into or using the Reaper code and overpowering the Quarians. So, first of all, in Mass Effect 2, actually, let me start by saying, you saw that, of course, we did the reputation check. So you need to, first and foremost, have a lot of reputation for, either, I don't think it actually matters if it's all Paragon, all Renegade, or some mix, because you saw we, despite being almost entirely Paragon, had the option of going the Renegade route. So I think you need to have 4 bars of that meter, of either type of reputation or combination of the two, in order to be able to meet that mark. You also need to have Legion and have Tally. They have to have survived, because, of course, you saw they both played pretty crucial roles in that conversation, and if Tally was, say, if Tally or Legion had died in the suicide mission Mass Effect 2, or if you just didn't recruit one of them, or maybe theoretically opted to sell one of those people to Cerberus, then no longer possible. If you, let's see, other than that, you also, in Mass Effect 2, you do need to, at a minimum, have done the Geth Fighter Squadron mission. So that is the one that we did where we went into the Geth consensus, and of course, gained a much deeper understanding of what it is like to see the Geth perspective on all these things, and how perhaps the Geth were not quite as adversarial as we had thought they were, even from the get-go. And it was all in large part a misunderstanding that just got blown way out of proportion and eventually led to a 300-year-long war. So, remember that you technically can do this mission here, Priority Rannoch, after having completed either the fighter squadrons or the mission to try to rescue Admiral Chorus. And probably a good thing to do both, but you could theoretically do the mission to save Admiral Chorus and then not do the fighter squadron, in which case, not possible. So that's the minimum. That's the minimum. But in addition to that, that's sort of the baseline criteria. In addition to that, there are a series of decisions that you may or may not have made that basically give you points one way or another. And if you do the right thing, you gain points. If you do not do the right thing, you don't gain points, and you need to get to 5 of these points in order to successfully be able to achieve peace between the two sides. And so you need all those other things we were just talking about, but you need to get 5 points from the following sorts of things. So you remember, back in Mass Effect 2, for the Legion's loyalty mission, we had the option, when we discovered the Geth heretics, to either destroy them, because we knew that they were corrupted, and we said, don't trust them, get rid of them, or we had the option of rewriting them from their corrupted, Reaper-indoctrinated form into the normal Geth consensus. There was some concern that perhaps they might have been able to switch back over to siding with the Reapers, but Legion said that that was a relatively small probability of that happening. So, interestingly, although the Paragon option is technically in that case to rewrite the Geth, it is actually destroying the Geth heretics that gives you 2 points there. Kind of counterintuitive, but the idea there being that if you were to rewrite the Geth, suddenly the Geth consensus has way more people, way more troopers, way more soldiers to fight against the Quarians, and therefore they significantly outpower the Quarians, and the Quarians are severely undermanned during this engagement right here, and therefore it's much harder for them to achieve peace because it's not an evenly matched battle. The Quarians are getting crushed. So that's one thing. You want to destroy the Geth heretics in Mass Effect 2. That's worth 2 points. Then, in Tally's loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, we'll sense a bit of a pattern here. A lot of this stuff happens in Mass Effect 2. You need to get Tally to, get Tally exonerated without ever revealing Admiral Chorus, or rather, her father. You can't reveal her father's experiments on the Geth, because that raises some concerns, catches a little too much attention, makes people think that, yeah, maybe the Quarians and the Geth, all they can really do is fight each other and sabotage one another's plans and all that. So that's another thing that's worth 2 points, again, in Mass Effect 2. So get Tally to be absolved, come off innocent from her trial, and don't bring up her father's crimes against the Geth, or experimenting with Geth, which she was not supposed to do. Then, immediately after those loyalty missions, we had the argument in Mass Effect 2 in which Tally was pointing a weapon at Legion's face, or lantern, and pretty difficult speech check, or morality check there, in Mass Effect 2 at that point in time, but if you do get it, then you can get 1 point as well from that. That's 5 points right there. So that means from Mass Effect 2 alone, if you do all those things right, you destroy the Geth heretics, you get Tally exonerated, and you are able to resolve the conflict between Tally and Legion peacefully using either a charm or intimidate option. You have all your 5 points you need right there. In addition to, of course, you still need that baseline of having Legion and Tally, completing Geth fighter squadrons, and having at least 4 bars of reputation. But also in Mass Effect 3, you get 1 point for doing Admiral Chorus's mission. So again, all you need is the fighter squadrons, but there is still reason to do the Admiral Chorus mission because It gives you 1 point, and then you get another point if you actually succeed in rescuing him, because remember, when we got there, he was ready to sacrifice himself for the civilians, and we only through doing a speech check were we able to say, no, you are of particular importance to the fleet. We need to make sure that we save you. And so that's 1 more point that you can get as well. So those are all the ways that you can potentially get points. There's 7 total that you theoretically can get, and you need to get at least 5. So that's all the stuff that you can do. All the stuff that you need to do if you want to achieve peace between the Geth and the Quarians. Obviously, thankfully, we succeeded. It does take a little bit of planning, but if for the most part you're following the Paragon course of action there, then the one thing that might trip you up there would just be the destroying the Geth heretics rather than rewriting them. However, that alone, if you do everything else right, you can still get the job done. Introduce one of those other things going a little bit wrong, and then you might not make it. Then you're going to have less than 5 points. But that's all that stuff. Of course, Tali, Shepard, here on Rannoch, with peace between the Geth and the Quarians. Tali says she doesn't want to stick around, though. She's ready to rejoin our squad.
I wasn't going to ask.
Why not?
Because I respect you, damn it. You think I don't want you to come with me?
So ask me.
Tali.
I don't know how much time we have left. I don't know if we can beat the Reapers. But whatever happens, I want to be with you.
Oh, she's such a sweet talker.
I bet you say that to every guy who gets you a homeworld.
Only the cute ones.
Oh,
You know I'd understand if you needed to stay.
I know. But I look at all this picture of hope and peace. And all I see is everyone I've lost. My team on Haestrom, my father, even Legion. I'm mourning a Geth. How crazy is that?
It's not crazy at all.
It is beautiful, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It'll be years before we can live without our suits completely. But right now...
wait.
Right now, I have this.